What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts as we continue to explore new releases here on the channel. Big up each and every one of you getting involved. I've just seen we've just gone past the 31,000 mark, so that's huge. Big up to each and every one of you supporting the channel and helping us grow at an incredible rate. It's crazy the kind of levels we're now hitting, so big up each and every one of you for getting involved. Now, today we're here to jump into this one, the sounds of the one and only Bruce Melodie. I'm a massive fan of what Bruce Melodie does. I love his vocals. I love the tracks we've reacted to so far. It goes by the name at Nyoola, featuring Eddy Kenzo. So I'm very excited to jump into it. Without further ado, we're not going to waste any time today. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel, of course. But apart from that, let's jump right into the sounds of this one. Nyoola. Directed by Eddy Kenzo.
1:55 AM.
Loving that kind of muted electric guitar from the jump.
Baby Nyoola, oh baby Nyoola.
You know, everything about this right from the jump just puts me into a good mood. The kind of very digital, very electronic style of instrumentation we're hearing. Like, we can tell all of the instrumentation on this is very, very digitized. Like, it's not organic. All of it's been made inside computers. But for some reason, the kind of warmth of those almost 80s sounding sounds have just a warmth to them. And it's a very enjoyable kind of approach. Again, the sort of background vocals over the intro sounding really nice as well. And the sort of muted vocal, the muted sort of guitar lines, the sort of filtered out vocals that we're hearing come the breakdown sound really cool as well. The whole sort of setting for the video looks cool as well. Loving the kind of foresty setting. Everything about this looks and sounds good, man. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm a massive fan of Bruce Melodie, as I said, and normally the concepts within the tunes as well.
Baby Nyoola, yeah, baby Nyoola, baby Nyoola, yeah, baby Nyoola, baby Nyoola.
I try not to smile, right? Again, utilising the concept of a one-drop approach is such a good thing to be able to do in tunes like this, because it's a very kind of full backdrop of sounds. You've got these really kind of, again, very harsh-sounding electronic instrumentation which kind of cover up more frequency room than they should do. There's 4 or 5 different things of that. You've got the kind of synths, you've got the keys, you've got the drums themselves, all covering their own kind of unique level of frequency. So to kind of cut all of those frequencies out and just allow the vocal to land when it isn't filtered out at all, really, really good way of introducing this one. Again, it's a clever tactic. It allows the impact of the vocal to actually land, and it turns the tune up. But again, how can't you smile listening to this? It's just put me into such a good mood already for the day. Loving the vocal inflections as well. Just another note on the instrumentation as well. By the way, I'm loving the vocals so far. I'm loving the kind of inflections we're hearing, those kind of delicacies, the kind of intricacies of vocal performance that you can hear only come from someone who is seasoned in what they do. And I think it's a really cool thing to hear quite early on in the tune. Those kind of stammers. The whole approach to the vocal is very kind of delicate, and it really does cut through the mix. But again, the instrumentation behind just has this warmth to it. It has this really nice kind of stacking, sort of layered approach. It's a really cool tune, man. Again, I can understand why people wouldn't necessarily gravitate towards this in regards to the instrumentation that's being used, because it is very digital. There is a kind of, I don't know, a kind of fakeness to an extent in the way that the sounds sound. But I quite like that. I quite like that kind of harshness, that kind of metallic tint that you hear off them. It might just be me, but again, always let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling.
Always like your pictures, because it's a journey. They always gossip about you, but gossip that journey. Nyoola, baby Nyoola, oh baby Nyoola, baby Nyoola.
Expert use of vocals. And again, again, those kind of very orchestral sounding sort of stabs that we're hearing on there, the sort of bam, 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 bam in the background, again, giving it a sense of grandiosa, giving the whole arrangement this sense that it's moving forward. It gives it a kind of a level up kind of feel when you hear those sort of sounds getting involved. I'm really liking the overall approach to this, man. Again, the sort of transition between the two vocals sounding great. Again, the big sort of vocal melodies we're hearing across the hook is a super catchy hook as well, which I think you do need on a tune like this, which is so reliant on, again, that digital instrumentation. You need something for people to kind of tap into, an element of it to kind of get stuck in people's heads, and that's what we're hearing over the hook on this one.
Baby Nyoola, baby Nyoola, baby Nyoola, baby Nyoola.
Such a cool breakdown, man.
Baby, me different.
As well as this girl is absolutely gorgeous, just to kind of point it out there. I tried to steer away from mentioning that in music videos, but she's absolutely stunning. It's very difficult to not mention that. But, again, loving this kind of instrumental breakdown across the middle of the tune as well, like this kind of understanding of the instrumentation, allowing those little kind of solos to run throughout the middle as well. It's a really nice way of kind of separating the two verses that we're going to hear on the tune. Something, again, that I'm a big fan of is understanding that you need space. Utilizing the space, utilizing that sort of negative space, and allowing that to actually fill up the tune. It's a really good approach. And again, we're going to move into the next verse now. Let's get into it.
Me don't care. Give me your love, you call ye matalingo. Sick of money, me don't care.
I like
Give
this
me your
shot.
love, you call ye bemba shido. Give me attention. Who was it mentioned? Was in the dance? You can name
The
fashion.
instrumentation as well, it's almost kind of dipped towards a kind of more dancehall inspired kind of arrangement. The drum lines have become a lot more sort of pronounced. It's a lot less kind of syncopated. There's a lot more sharpness in the actual rhythms that are now being heard. And overall, I think it's a really good direction to take. I love this more sort of relaxed style of vocal as well that we're now hearing. The transition between the two different vocalists has worked really, really nicely, and it's allowing the tune, again, to feel like it's progressing, it's moving forward. This kind of section here, this is kind of like the breakdown. This is the bit where you find the kind of person you're with and you have the boogie with them. You know, that's what I'm kind of feeling, and I think it's actually represented in the video by this scene we're currently looking at. Really, really smooth, man. I'm loving this.
Give me attention. Who was it mentioned? What's in my dance? You can name fashion. What's in my belly dancers? What's in my number dancers?
Hit those tones.
Onyola no nyonga, otwala no traza, nzeno ne bunga, mukwano ne bunga. Nyoola, baby Nyoola, oh baby Nyoola, nyonga.
Ah, I love this hook, man.
Nyonga, yeah.
That whole melody of that melody, for me, it just instantaneously catches me. When you then combine it, as I said, with those orchestral stabs, there's a really kind of electronic sounding string sound, which is also rotating around the higher end of the instrumentation as well, just kind of circulating and giving you something to kind of look up for. Again, really wicked verse. I love the kind of more hoarse nature of the vocal as well. That more sort of grisly vocal, the grittiness of it kind of works quite nicely in comparison to the much more sort of smoother vocal we hear earlier on in the tune. That sort of transition between the two works really nicely. It gives the tune a sense of depth and a sense of more vocal expression, which works really nicely. This has been such an enjoyable listen.
Baby Nyoola, nyonga, baby Nyoola, nyonga, baby Nyoola, nyonga, baby Nyoola, nyonga, baby Nyoola, nyonga.
Call and respond on the hook is really nice as well. I really hope we're just going to get kind of extensive bridge breakdown all the way through to the end of this tune, because the instrumentation's really cool. Like, I love the uplifting kind of feeling we're getting from it. It's all very positive. It's all ascending in regards to the kind of melodic patterns and the scales that are being used. Everything is going up. The arpeggiating is all going up. Everything is ascending, and that's why it puts you into a good mood. Everything is in a major key. It's all very happy. And it sounds good, man. I can't lie. I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the video as well. The sort of dance routines we're seeing in the sort of tree-based setting looks really cool as well. I really like that shot with both with both Bruce and Eddy kind of in the doorway. I really like how that shot looks. We'll let this one run through to the end and then give you our final breakdown. But what a tune this is. That's the one I'm talking about. This looks like a fun video shoot to be a part of, man. There we go then, directed by Mehdi Salah, a very enjoyable video, without a shadow of a doubt, a wicked tune, man. Big up Bruce Melodie each and every time. Everything we've reacted to of his on this channel, we've really enjoyed. Goes by the name Nyoola, featuring Eddy Kenzo. I love the transitions between the two vocals, the differentiation between the two vocals in there as well, worked really nicely. The kind of electronic textures that we're hearing throughout the instrumentation adds a certain charm to this one, and again, the video is really enjoyable as well. Big up to Mehdi, and there we go. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this breakdown and reaction. If you have, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. And we shall see you all next time, my friends. Have a good one, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.